Welcome to Building a Dream. I'm Jasmine, and in this episode, I want to let you know what the first 6 months on the land has looked like for me, give you an update on where I am in relation to the container build, and let you know of any future plans I have for the property. Let's go.
As soon as I bought the land, I wanted the whole process to be go, go, go. But if you've bought land before, you know that's not how it works. I first waited 2 months for the settlement to be finalised. But what now? Where was I going to stay while I built this container house? So that's when I bought my first caravan. Originally, I did want to find a caravan that had a bathroom already in it, but I soon found out that was going to be way out of my budget. So instead, I opted to buy one that I thought was big enough to build a bathroom into. I then decided to also add a laundry, lounge room and fireplace because I've always been good at fitting a lot of things into small places.
While the renovations were taking place, I was also working tirelessly to get building approval. I was given an estimated 4 to 6 weeks for the completion of the planning process, and it took a total of 8 months.
Anyway, back to the land. After the caravan was renovated, I knew I had a lot of things I could do on the land before I received building approval. And so I set to work. First, I got a rainwater tank installed and earthworks in to clear the area for the build. I asked them to leave behind everything they had to dig up, so all the trees, roots and even piles of soil. And that's how I was able to build a chicken coop so my girls could move in. I used the logs from the land being cleared to make a natural look structure, and then I secured it together first with rope and then with bolts to ensure it would withstand any storms. And just to add a magical feel, I had to give it a red door. The girls loved their new home. The project cost me around $100 for the rope and bolts. I then had to start on single-handedly installing 400 metres of rural fencing with no experience. That meant a lot of research. I ended up scoring many of the items I needed cheap or free from Marketplace. I then installed the whole 400 metres myself for under $1,000. Now at this time winter was ending and I wanted to get a firewood shelter up for 2 purposes. 1 to clear the land and 2 to keep wood dry if it rained. So again, I used leftover logs from the earthworks and created this massive firewood shelter without a ladder as I hadn't bought one yet, but I did manage to get my car stuck in the structure, so that was fun. It took me over a month to collect the dead grass tree leaves to create the pom-poms I used to be the roof of the shelter, and this project cost nothing. Then it was time to tackle the dams. In the future, I have quite an intricate water management system planned. So I wanted to enhance the dams and fix the dam walls before summer so that in autumn when the dams are at their lowest point, I can begin to plant flora. Armed with only a shovel, boots and a wheelbarrow, I spent months first breaking up the hard, rocky, uneven clay surface of the dam and then using my boots to flatten it out bit by bit until it was a smooth surface. I then used my wheelbarrow to lug tens of dozens of loads of soil from a pile 200 metres away to create a soil layer on the dam wall. This was easily my hardest and most time-consuming project, but I'm so happy with the result. I then made a start on the planning and building process of my secret garden. I dream to have a huge hidden garden area on my land that is filled with a mix of native and international plants. I hope to run a creek through the middle and have entranceways made of logs with vines hanging from them and sanctuaries for animals, a fairy garden and a bush tucker trail. This is a long-term project that you will see evolve over time, but I have made a start. I have this vision to have a little vacation stay on the property when it's complete, so that it can be enjoyed by more people than just me. So I decided that I wanted to build a tiny house. I ended up buying 2 tiny house trailers and I'm in the process of planning exactly how I want to build them. With friends and family wanting to come out to visit, I soon realised my little caravan toilet wasn't going to cut it. So I set to work making an outhouse with a long drop and composting toilet. And of course I used recycled logs again from earthworks for the frame of the outhouse. I then used the leftover corrugated sheets from the rainwater tank to make 2 walls and a roof. I found a free door on Marketplace and then used a free pallet to make a toilet box and the last 2 walls to complete the structure. It's a real winner and it cost me absolutely nothing. I also wanted to get some more building practice in before the containers arrived, so I decided to purchase a second caravan that I plan to eventually sell. I'm going to renovate it to sleep 3 to 4 people and have large wooden framed outside opening windows that let in open air, install a sunroof, a new oven and hot plates, new benches and a sink and so on. I'm still in the process of renovating her, but you can follow along on my YouTube channel. And that brings us to the current day. I'm in the process of getting foundations for the container built. I'm not doing this myself. I'm allowed to, but I didn't feel comfortable with doing it as it's such an important part of the structural integrity of the house. So this job is getting contracted out.
Once that's all complete, then I've got the container set to be delivered and it's all up to me. In the future, I plan to build a shed, tiny houses, finish the secret garden, create an intricate water management system, do gazebos, tree houses, greenhouses, the list goes on. So if there's anything in particular that you would like to know about or see me do, please let me know and I'll be sure to include it in a video. Remember to like and subscribe below to follow along for my container build journey. Bye!